Show, episode 7, and that big booming announcer voice guy is a liar.
Recorded in Fargo, North Dakota, and broadcasting around the world. Welcome to the Strive Show, your connection to all things family health, and nothing is off limits. And now, your host, Dr. Jake Grenacher.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the Strive Show, episode 7, and that big booming announcer voice guy is a liar because we're not in Fargo. We are broadcasting from Dr. Chris's office in Detroit Lakes. Super pumped to bring this one to you. Chris, thanks for being on the show.
Hey, absolutely. I couldn't wait to be on
yes,
this one. So
I love it.
Episode 7, you said?
7. This is 7.
Right.
Lucky 7.
Made it within the top 10.
Yeah. So actually, Chris and I, we just had a meeting this morning. We were talking about changing more families and helping your family more. How do we help your family, those that are coming in, and how do we reach more families? And really, it kind of sparked the whole idea of what we're talking about today with episode 7, and it kind of came around about the idea is that we're different. You know, we're different than the Sanford system. We're different than Essentia. We're different than the chiropractor up the street, and that's okay. And we embrace that, and it's not something we try to hide from, and we just try to be very open with here's what we are, here's who we take care of, here's how our system works, here's what we do, here's why we get such great results, and here's why it's going to benefit your family. And I think from us over the next few months, years, you're going to be seeing us a lot louder on what that is. But it kind of sparked this idea of we're different, and we want to tell you a little bit about that. So
yeah, absolutely. And the reason why this conversation got started is because we're coming up on 1 year now with being in the Detroit Lakes, being in Detroit Lakes and being here, and we obviously in that time frame have been able and had the opportunity to meet a lot of families and a lot of kids and a lot of people in general, and that seems to be a conversation in a question that we get a lot is what makes us different, and kind of diving more into that, and like you just touched on. Yes, there are a lot of things that we are different and that we take a different approach to, and that's definitely not for everybody at times, and we understand that, and that's okay. But again, with taking it to that step of using the technology that we do, coming up with the plans that we do for people to help get them to the goals, and whatever it is that they want to reach in not only their health but in their life in general, and how we can be guides to helping them to that, and that's the different approach and the approach that we take, and we understand that yes, that's different, and it's not necessarily always for everybody, but that's okay.
Yeah, and let's dive into that more. We're absolutely, whether you're in Fargo or Detroit Lake, you can get that same experience. And that's the idea, is that when you first come in the office, we're going to sit down and actually find out what your health goals are. Mm-hmm. Where do you want to be, in next week, in a month, in 5 years, in 10 years, in 25 years? Where is it that you want to be, number one? And actually take physical, objective measures to find out where that is. We're going to take scans. We're going to do all those things. If you need x-rays, even if you're in Detroit Lakes, you come to our Fargo office, get x-rays, we have stuff there, is we're going to take every measure that we need to make sure that we find out exactly what's going on with you, and developing a customized game plan for each individual, for each family, on taking them from where they're at the moment we meet them, to reach whatever those goals, wherever they are for them, right? Mm-hmm. And then the last part of that, and the second part of that, being not shying away from the fact that we hope we're a part of your family's life forever.
Yep.
Right? And that's not like, oh my God, you got to be here every day forever. But we're perfectly fine with saying that, beyond this correction phase of things is wellness.
Exactly.
Is that whatever got you to the point of why you're here today is going to exist after we get you back to the point of, hey, I'm doing great.
Exactly.
So how do we stay on top of it for you? And that wellness aspect is huge.
Yeah, exactly. And like goals in general, whether or not it's chiropractic or starting a new training program, a diet, what have you, you always have those initial set of goals. And once you reach those initial set of goals, do you just stop setting goals?
Yeah.
Absolutely not. We then reevaluate and we set new goals. Mm-hmm. And then from there, we just keep on that process into we got you to where your first set of goals, where you wanted to be. How do we keep you there, but how do we keep improving? How do we keep getting you to those next set of goals that you might have for yourself? And that's that ties into adults, that ties into kids. Oh man, it ties into everybody. It ties into life in general, not just chiropractic. So.
Yeah, and then I think the other really neat thing about what we do is a very team approach to healthcare. You know, I think it's very similar to those that are familiar with the Mayo healthcare system, which I think has done okay, you know, for themselves. But we're not siloing anything. You know, whether it be from Chris or his team here to our doctor team in Fargo and our team there, is we're collaborating all of the time on best practices, right?
Absolutely.
Whether it be front desk staff are collaborating, hey, how do we best get this information to people? How do we be more efficient for them? How do we make sure that you can easily update to technology changes with text reminders to interaction there? To our doctor teams of, hey, I got a really tough scan when you take a peek at for me, to where we're not saying these are our patients or my patients. We're trying to do the best we can for you to get you the information that we need, and we'll collaborate on things. You know, that's part of the reason why we meet like this and get together, is just making sure, hey, would you take a peek at this to make sure that we're on the same page? Would you, do these kind of things? Is that team approach to healthcare? I think it's very evident for those that have been in the office. You feel it when you walk in. It doesn't feel like most other places. It's not drab, as you can see, and cold and stuffy. It's very open and inviting and welcoming. And we make sure that we're all part of that healing process, whether it's a smiling face up front or the doctor's commitment to your care. We make sure that that's a team approach throughout.
Absolutely, couldn't agree more. And you already touched on too, just the feel of the office itself creates a completely different dynamic in what we're trying to go for. We're trying to create, again, that community type feel, and that we're not just a place that we're not just a place that you come when your back hurts or your neck hurts. But again, do we see a lot of that? Absolutely. But again, how do we get you towards those next steps, and how do we create, again, that more community type feel to where, we are a part of your every week or your every other week type deal. We're a part of your life ongoing, because we want to be on that journey with you. We want to be a part of those new goals that you set for yourself. And I'm just excited to be on that road with you guys. So.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's probably the best way I've heard it. It's actually, I've heard a few patients describe it as we're kind of like their health advisors, right? We're not only there to keep them healthy, we're not sick care, we're health care, right? To keep them on that road, but also to help them navigate all the different things,
Absolutely.
right? When their kids are getting sick, we're the first stop a lot of times. That's okay, and we can help you, man. If you need to see a great pediatrician or the great hospital system, that's what they're there for, and we'll help you with that, right? Because thank God those physicians are amazing and we need them, right? But how can we help be that for your family going forward? And it starts because we know you. We sat down and we know everything about you, and we dove into your goals and what you want, and that's amazing. And then the last part is just that family friendly.
Exactly.
I think some people, when they think chiropractic, or maybe it's a chiropractor that they went to in the past, or hopefully not someone you go to now, it's very scary, it's very clinical, it's very cold.
Yeah.
It's not a place that kids and families feel welcome. There's not a lot of hugs or stickers and all that kind of stuff, which there absolutely is here.
Yeah.
GoodCause is a little bit more loud and chaos in our offices, but it's something that we're pushing about 40% of our practices are kids.
Yep.
Which we think is fantastic. It's a place where not only they come for healing, but a place that they feel comfortable.
Absolutely, and you just got done touching on it too. We love we don't only just talk about chiropractic when you're in the office. I mean, we love learning about what's going on in your guys' everyday life. So whether that, it's summer now, so kids are starting new routines, they're starting new activities. We love to hear about that stuff. We love to hear about different things going on in your guys' life in general, like, just starting karate practice, or, hey, we have a new baby on the way. We like to help in all those transitions in all aspects of life, not just chiropractic, but that ties into then again too how we're different in that we like to know everything, if you in any regards, in that aspect. So.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. So if you're ever wondering more about what we do and this fits for you, jump all in, join us, come on in, become part of our family. We're excited for you. But let's say it's not. Let's say that this doesn't fit you. We want to make sure you find a chiropractor, whether that's us or not. So always make sure you reach out. We can find someone. Maybe it's not in our areas. Maybe you're watching this from Atlanta, or somewhere else. Get a hold of us. We can find someone for you. Right?
Absolutely.
Or if it just doesn't fit, I know that Chris and I both, in our offices both, if they call in and our office isn't the right fit for what you are, what you're looking for, we'll help you find another chiropractor locally that fits more what you're looking for too. So everybody needs chiropractic care. Not everybody needs it at the same spot, right? So it's something that we live by and all of that. So as we wrap up here with Dr. Chris, he doesn't know I'm doing this, so I'm super pumped. And I'm going to make this up on the fly because I don't know what I'm doing either. It's going to be called Getting to Know Dr. Chris. Some random questions, right?
Oh boy.
So, all right. Dr. Chris, favorite Halloween costume of all time?
That I did?
Yes, that you did.
I think it was my sophomore year of college. I actually was Mr. Clean.
Oh.
So if you guys remember, especially back when I was in the Fargo office,
Yeah.
there wasn't much up here as far as this hair goes.
Yeah.
It was pretty clean shaven, to say the least. So my best costume ever was I dressed up as Mr. Clean, and that was by far probably a really that's a big hit.
I need to see pictures of this. We'll try to get him to post some pictures of this below. You also had a pretty solid Mrs. Doubtfire costume.
I did, yeah.
While he was in Fargo with us, he completely blew away Mrs. Doubtfire.
Absolutely.
I will find a picture of that and make sure I get it out there.
Savers, $20
Yeah.
and under.
Wow.
Does wonders.
That was good stuff. Let's see. Dream vacation. Where do we want to go?
Anywhere outside the U.S. and where it's warm.
Yeah, there we go. Warm.
Yeah.
Perfect. Favorite ice cream flavor?
Cookies and cream, without a doubt.
Yes. Knew I liked him. Okay, last one. If you could have any superpower, what would it be?
Oh, wow. That's hard.
I know.
I'm going to have to go with maybe just strength.
Oh.
I don't know. That's the first
Of course,
thing.
of course.
That's
He's got super strength anyway.
First thing that came to my
Yeah.
mind. I don't know why.
Good stuff. That's awesome, guys. So we'll see you next week on episode 8. But until then, have a good one.
See you guys.
Thank you for tuning in to another episode of The Strive Show. Make sure you catch up on all episodes on Strive Chiropractic's Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram TV channels. To connect with The Strive Show, email info@strivechiropractic.com.